One more thing I want to say for students is you are not telling about it. Like how many months you get to study, how many subjects?
6 months, like
practically it's not 6 months.
No,
practically it's not 6 months.
Hardly 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
Hardly 3 to 4 months.
4 months hardly. And 1 month goes for
in
exam.
6
Yes.
months we have like 15 to 20 days holidays, in which we have classes for next 3 months, and we spend the rest of time in exams.
No, 3 months classes. Okay, 16 weeks classes, right? How many subjects you
8 subjects.
learn?
8 subjects.
Total of 8 subjects.
How many labs?
2 labs.
2 labs.
2 labs. Okay, 8 subjects are all important subjects.
Like
No.
अभी तक
तो हम
No,
No,
important in
not
the
all.
sense like.
we are just going with the flow.
Okay, now you are in some semester, whatever. What are the important subject related to civil engineering?
Like
Structure.
let's say analysis of data net structures,
Okay.
fluid
mechanics.
Fluid
Surveys.
mechanics. All these things are there.
okay.
Don't take name of the subject because I am here.
No sir. Because
No, it
first
is-
we come
sometimes-
What is my point? Okay, these are the subjects and these are the very very important subject. Okay, how many days you get to learn this subject?
50 classes.
50 classes.
50
50 contact classes.
And
50
you don't
Is it
expect us to study at
Is
home.
it justified? Is it justified? So what the students do?
You mug up the things.
You mug up the
Memorize.
things. Okay,
Memorize.
you do not study any reference book to get
We need notes,
a thorough knowledge, deep knowledge on that subject.
We don't get the time.
You
ma'am.
don't
Like,
get the time to reflect.
That is my point.
Yes.
6
That is
months
my
is the
point.
time.
per semester.
6 months is
No,
theoretically,
I-
not
to
I
learn
practically.
want
a
monthly
subject
just on the
like-
papers. On the papers. Like.
Let us try to schedule the entire day what we spend as a student. Okay. Forget about teacher. Okay. What we do as a morning, we'll wake up at 7. Let me assume. Okay.
7.
At 7, and we'll come to the college. We spend most of our time in our college.
It will be like 6 o'clock. College starts.
College entire like.
By the time you go,
Assume
6
like we
o'clock.
reach at 6 o'clock. Definitely, when a person goes from morning 7 o'clock to 6 o'clock in his college, he definitely wants a break.
Break.
Okay.
Break is needed. Break is
obviously
needed.
needed.
Yeah, obviously
So let me
needed.
assume that by 6 to 7 he'll have some break, and then afterwards he'll play games if you are supposed
Some
to.
kind of
Then definitely you will
entertainment.
have a conversation with your
There
parents
must
or your
be some
neighbors.
family time also.
Huh.
They should spend.
So it is almost 10 now.
Hmm.
It is almost 10 now.
Day is over.
Day is over. You will get half an hour or something to read even a small bit of it.
Which
And
we
how
are
many
not
subjects you have?
interested in. Like,
How many subjects you have?
That's why I am telling.
6 subjects you have. Okay.
And we can't spend whole night studying because the
No,
next
no,
day
no.
again there is some
That
It's not even
possible.
possible also.
It is not
Impossible.
possible. That is not
So,
possible.
there is no point in just holding the
Because-
book and staying there for
No, your brain
entire
also
night.
need rest.
Huh,
Your
yes,
brain
it,
also need rest.
The very next day we have to attend the same classes
Same class,
with the
yeah.
same speed only.
Yeah. So that
Try
is
to
my
have the
point.
same
And
Like
people wait for Sundays. Like,
No, I want to ask every teacher, like, why usually we get offended when somebody is absent in my class? This happens.
Yes, it happens.
Obviously, when you see like Keshav Katti, who is a prodigious student, he's not in my class. Why he's not in my class? That is
Why
the
is sitting next
sudden-
class? Why is
Huh.
coming in next class or previous class?
Why he not sitting in my class? And obviously, whenever it comes to defending your subject, we say like, even though we know that it's absolute, it's not useful anywhere in the future, we stick to it like, no, it is useful for civil engineering. No, why don't they introspect themselves and answer this question like whether this subject would be useful in the future or not?
no, that's why we have made that course objective outcome. Everything is there. If you are interested, you can see that course outcome we have made objective of the course. Then why the student is learning this course and what is the outcome of this course.
And one more,
That is there.
I have
Actually,
suggestion to students also.
it is there in the course file. What just ma'am is
That
saying.
is like
We have just written there actually. Okay, so from this particular course, this is the course outcome. From this particular topic, this is the outcome. So just we have written there, but we are not judging actually it is the outcome of that particular course or not.
or
how much it has been
we could achieve.
achieved.
No,
that we are
much
not
amount of
judging.
outcome has it given us or not? That also
Yes,
we are
that
not
also we are not judging. Simply it is written.
No,
It
that
is
is
written.
why written, why we are doing in this way, all everything. If you don't have time, within 3 months you'll have
You
to
have to-
finish everything.
Yes, everything.
You'll have to mug it up. Then mug it up, then memorize for one night, and then write your exam and then
Forget
forget.
forget it.
Forget it.
Finished. So what is the knowledge acquired means when you need it, when you go for a job, attend for an interview, you forget the things, you cannot answer, even though you have got distinction marks in it, you cannot answer. Like a simple question also you may not be able to answer
So
because
for
you
that
have not
reason,
understood.
nowadays what happening is after completion of graduation course, there are a number of training institutions are there. So students after
that's
passing,
right.
they go to those particular training institutions, and there they will be trained only
For a particular
whatever the
subject.
industry is required.
Industry is required.
My
That training will be
suggestion, my
given.
suggestion to the students
So what happens ultimately, engineers are ending up as a skillful labor.
Skillful.
is not even skill, madam. Skill
I
is
don't want to offend anyone,
Yeah.
but this
But
is
the
happening.
system is going in that
Like,
way.
they
It's going in that
have taught you
way.
Java, or they will teach you something. Okay, if with this or SAP something is there, with this you can get job in this company.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
you try in that company, you get that job. That company
Excellent
people they
process.
will tell you do this, and you do that only. So that is
the problem.
ultimately like engineers are not applying anything. They are doing a job like clerks.
Like
Innovation is
Right,
lacking there.
and keep
Innovation
the
will not be
accounts,
taking
all
place.
these things.
Interest
No
also
innovation,
matters.
innovation,
no
no
research,
innovation.
nothing
Interest
is
also
happening.
matters, right, sir?
Huh.
We are interested or not. Engineering is
Yeah,
our
yeah.
choice or our parents' choice.
That is.
Depends. That also
on the
depends.
society,
Depends.
because
Society
society
is very,
matters.
very important.
Yeah.
Society is
Depends
playing
who's
a
good.
major role here.
Because when in our Indian system, what happens is soon after 12th or soon after your second grade,
They'll ask
you are
only
going for
two
it,
things.
like, you are
She's
going
doing
for
medical or engineering.
Yes, only two options
Two
are
options
asked.
are-
Only two
Whether are
options.
you going for engineering or medical?
Medical.
And by mistake, if we get medical seat, our father on street every second person, engineering seat mili to, medical seat mili to. Seat mili is a very big
Like,
deal.
very-
Yes,
very
very
big.
big.
It's
Very
a
big.
proud thing actually,
Yes.
because we don't have any idea what we are going after doing after that course. It's a proud thing to get a seat, but
And-
don't know what we are going to do about that course.
Now we have here like 80 marks for the externals, 20 marks for the internals.
Yeah.
Out of this 20 marks, 15 marks we write those internal exams, and 5 marks is for assignments, seminars,
Yeah.
and
attendance, assignment, seminars, and something.
Viva.
Project
Group
work,
discussion,
Viva,
projects.
or group discussion.
For all these things, 5 marks
like
are
mostly
there.
we write assignments. I can show you on my cell phone, ma'am.
1 second, I'll tell you. We can show that later. Now, in this stipulated time, I want to ask like how many students are there? Like more than 60 students are there. For 60 students, I cannot be able to, as a teacher, I'm very frank, could not be able to give different type of assignment for everyone.
See, it's not possible also.
Not possible.
Not
also,
possible.
No, as you told, you could not be even able to prepare the number of seminars also. You cannot do it also. Now, why don't we make such that you will make only one assignment or one small mini project or something, so that it could be compensated to each and every subject. If that
Yes.
mini project is more productive enough,
Yeah.
so let us give him a relaxation such that he'll get assignment marks in all the other subjects also. For example, you made a mini project in my subject, okay? So all other teachers should also give you the equivalent amount of marks, because you have shown your effort, you have shown your skill, so it is more than enough.
So you have utilized your time.
It
In
is
a
not
good
that
way, yeah.
it is not that you have to do best
And
in
it is-
each and every
Each and every
subject.
subject.
And that will be more productive.
More,
Huh.
and coming
Rather
down to her
writing
point,
assignment,
in lacking of interest and all, being in civil, being a civil engineer, I am interested more towards the environment. Consider I am interested more towards the environment. I want to become an environment engineer. Then it is not much important. I mean, the other subject like structural and hydraulics will not be more important to me. Whereas I will go for geology or some other things. Whereas I'm too much interested in structure, and geology and survey will become like minor subject for me. Wherein I should not be concentrating more on them. Rather, I should be concentrating on these subjects. But what happened today is we should do well in every subject. We should get such a limit which is already made for us, like 40 marks to pass in every subject. And once you fail to achieve that, we'll be sitting in the same class, same this again once again. Failed.
No, if we carefully try to observe our entire syllabus, I don't find any flaws if the same syllabus was in 90s.
Yes.
Are you getting my point?
Yes.
There were no flaws. If you take for example in 3rd, 4th semester, you do not have optional subjects. Okay, when soon after you go for 5th and 6th semester, you'll get the optional subjects. There you can choose whichever you want. Even though if you want to become environmental engineer, you can choose your own part of subjects. If you want to become structural engineers, you can choose your structural subjects. Or if you want to choose for hydraulics, you'll go for that. Okay, so the point is, most of the students don't even see the optional subject, how many different optional subjects they have. So they can carefully observe them and opt the required subject so that they could excel in their particular field they are interested in.
At one point of time,
There are no
it's
flaws
not-
in the entire syllabus. The flaws is with respect to the implementation of that syllabus.
Implementation.
And one more thing that we forget, that in the first and second year of their graduation course, they are not told to think what they want to do. Rather than they feel that this is there for me and I should do it.
I should do it.
And this what forces them to not to see those elective
No,
subjects.
there comes again the same question.
Yes.
Whether every day, every morning when you come to the class, do you have that question in your mind that I am supposed to learn something today?
So
That question is absent.
Out of 100 students, 20 come willingly to the class. Those 80 out of it, obviously, we have like 60 students in our class. 30 will be interested to come. 30 like zabardasti. We have to come at one attendance shortage हो जाएगा. And I'm not going to sit for the next internals. If you don't sit for the internals, external में नहीं होगा average. Then that will be thing. That is why people come to the class.
And this attendance, many of us have other interests also. Like some of them want to go for sports, some of them want to go for cultural activities, some are good at elocution and all. We are not able to give time for that also. If we miss the class, automatically there will be a shortage of attendance. If I give an example, Youth Fest, 5 days. We go for 5 days, we miss almost 1 week classes. When we miss classes and they promise us to give the attendance, but so at some time they don't get the intimation of the student and they fail to give the attendance, and we have to miss our internals for that. We pay for it.
No, I sometimes feel like I shouldn't restrict somebody from doing something whenever it is creative.
Yes.
Whenever
Okay.
it is created.
So for example, if a student comes to me and say like, I have a group discussion, I am doing something with respect to project or something, I sometimes feel like I shouldn't restrict him from doing it. I shouldn't become so adamant like, sit my class, it's very important, I'm teaching something
miss
very
this
new.
concept.
You'll miss this concept.
Just what happened with me while I was
Just
coming.
now happened with me when I was
You had been calling, I was in class. I just sir was teaching, I just went down and sir, I'm coming, sir, I'm coming. I asked sir, can I go, sir? Wait. This happened.
He came to
Yes,
call me
it
to class
happens.
and sir was like, she want to go and she can go, but she'll miss very important concept.
So one more thing I would like
That
to tell you
is
is
editing.
regarding this one. Just now we were discussing.
We are not allowing that internal. That also you shouldn't tell like publicly.
Okay.
You remove your
So
ID
just
card.
now, as Keshav telling just now. So in this say in one semester, usually 6 to 7 subjects will be there. Okay. So he will be interested in one particular subject. Remaining subjects he may not be interested. Like this he has said just now. Okay. In contradictory to this, I will tell you one point. In UK and US education system, not UK and USA, almost all the top universities which are there, they are very good at interdisciplinary courses.
Yes.
They are very good at interdisciplinary courses. This is what lacking in our country. We don't know how to connect those two subjects. We don't know how to connect those two subjects. That is the problem. Okay. So, and environmental engineers, they don't know how to apply it for structural purposes. Okay. So, rather way we can think it in other way. So, both how to do together. In that way, if we think it, then definitely all the subjects that you people are learning, they will be interesting.
And it is also not like that.
So when we speak about Indian education system, sir, I have seen a country, my sister lives. I'll not mention that. Till 13 years of age, they'll be not having any foundation of syllabus. They'll just analyze what the child is good at and what he wants to do.
Yes.
And till the age of 13, we reach our high school.
Yeah.
Yes.
English, Kannada, Hindi, Math, Science, SST.
Singapore, maybe. Like which one?
Yeah, no, sir.
Not
No.
Singapore.
Norway.
You're not Singapore.
Let's cut this. No, sir, actually, we should not mention particularly, right?
No, we can.
We can.
Yeah.
When it is good, we can. When it is good, we can take its name. No
No,
problem.
Finland is known for its
It is
education
okay.
quality.
Yeah.
Finland,
Like 13
followed by
years, they'll
Singapore.
only analyze what she's good at or what he's good at and what he wants to do. But when we come in India, so we'll reach our high school and
People
we'll have to
marry
study
at the age
physics,
of
chemistry,
1 year.
biology.
One more thing is that at the age of 13 they will be still analyzing what he is
What?
good at.
Yeah.
At the age of 13 in India we will be preparing for IITs.
Yeah.
At the age of 13 we will hardly in 8th or 9th grade.
Yes.
Because of
At the age of 22, when they know that they could not be able to good in any of the technological aspect, they'll go for IAS.
Yes.
Yes.
Civil
Civil
service.
service.
Because that has become like
It has become a mark.
But they
of,
don't get it. Fun.
remember, like, the problem is like, for example, even now, my father gives an example. There is some ATM office, like watchman or something. He got into IAS.
Huh.
There is a milkman who has got into IAS.
Extra fuller.
Now my father pulls me into that concept. Okay, we have given you all the facilities.
Why you are not becoming IAS?
This
now,
happened with me when I was in second PU, sir. Some tea stall uncle, yeah, he lived behind my home. So his son got 92%. I got 80%. Beta, we give you everything. You study in AC, you got 80%.
Just
See
2%.
that man.
Just 2% in your
Yes,
life.
sir.
Again that percentage matters a lot.
Yeah.
Comparison is there.
That should be
mentality.
stopped. That should be stopped.
See, at one point of time, we can tell that it's not their fault. Because they have gone through that thing and they are adamant on that.
Yeah.
They don't want to change that. Because what happened during that time was passing 10th standard with good marks, you will get good college to study your further.
Yes.
And then passing 12th with certain good marks, you will be known in the
And
society.
parents
I'll
are also
ask one
correct.
question.
They don't want their
Anybody-
children to suffer
No,
from
one-
these things. What they have suffered.
Anybody has a proper understanding of the economics will get to understand that there is no fixation of particular job.
Yes.
Yeah.
When it was in earlier, for example, after post-independence period, if you see, barristers or lawyers, such kind of job was given so much of respect.
Yes.
Right? After that, teachers, like for example, IIT teachers, or who are working in one of the top premier universities, they were given respect. Soon after that, banking system came into a peak, but it soon got down because of software engineers and medical students. Okay. Now the trend was software engineers. It is almost getting diluted because of not a lack of creative thinking and not coming with the indigenous technologies. So that is why it is lacking down.
So opportunities are few and people are more, right?
Number
No,
of
the
people.
problem is we couldn't be able to understand the entire aspect. For example, I'll tell you, we still lack in good writers. We still lack in good musicians. We still lack in good filmmakers.
Yeah.
So the reason why people don't opt to that is because, as he always try to point out, lack of financial benefits.
Yes.
Lack of financial benefits.
So when we stop thinking
But
about
when it
this
comes to-
finance,
No, sir.
then definitely
When we
each and
go for
everything
other
is-
countries, what other countries is like, there was a good explanation given by one football player. He said this thing that we want to see our Indians, we as a Indians or a journalist or anyone, if you see, when somebody becomes a hero, we celebrate the hero and we celebrate the path he has taken.
Path
up.
he has taken.
But there are so many people who took the same path who couldn't make it, and we are not ready to say that.
recognizes them.
No, we don't want to speak about them. Okay, and also for like we usually see this in our Facebook and everywhere that cricketers get more benefits as a sportsman. Okay,
But why not hockey players?
why not any other
Any other
Yeah.
sports are not
Sports.
encouraged, right?
not encouraged? And you know, like whatever you do, it was the greatest explanation given by somebody who preferred the art. Like when you go to the most ancient age, like Stone Age or something, there was a mother. She had two kids. One kid was interested in painting on a wall. Okay, he was scratching the different type of animals that he has seen, and there was another child who was very good at hunting the animals. Right now, at that primitive age, the important thing was hunting the animal and bringing the food to the home, not that art.
Not that
That was
art.
not important. But now if you want to study about that medieval age or that age, we'll see that art and define. Okay, that sculpture or that painting
It
was so
defines
much important.
So,
So whenever the art comes into the picture, we try to reduce it to the level of that particular age. We don't understand it could express this generation in the later cases. So we don't give them that much of benefit or nurturing to that particular art.
equal importance, equal opportunities are not being given for all the
You know, sir, like how do we look at an art teacher in our college?
yes.
How do we look at him?
Forget about art teacher, in general teacher. How much they are respected. Teachers, professors, so you are a mere teacher. Something happened. You are a mere teacher, how can you tell me like this? I am this.
I don't want to
Something
take the
happened?
name. It has
Yeah.
happened. Okay,
Like-
just
like-
one
like-
semester back, it has
yeah.
happened. A student was not attending the classes regularly, he was missing, he was bunking
Yeah,
the classes
yeah, yeah.
regularly. So one professor has called his parents and he said that your son is not attending the classes and all the things. And parents, what he replied was literally shocking.
to us.
Okay, you just being a mere teacher, how can you call me? I being so and so. It's like
Yes,
that.
happened.
It
Just
happened, it
not
happened.
so
Parents,
back.
speaking
And
about
parent told, like, you are a mere teacher and how come, how dare you calling me, telling me
And
about
complaining about my own son.
My own son. I'm an
How
executive
dare you?
engineer.
So if the parent is
I'm an
respecting,
executive engineer. How could you speak like
so
this?
parent respecting teacher
When
like
parent
this,
doesn't
think
respect
about
the
the
teacher,
student.
then how can
we
his
expect
son?
We
from
don't
child
expect
to-
anything from students, right?
It happens.
And
Ma'am,
this
speaking
happens
about
also,
parent
like,
teachers interaction,
like
I'm doing my engineering.
No,
I am
if it is like your teacher, if you respect like this, you will never want to become a teacher. Okay,
Yes.
so there will be shortage of
Obviously.
teacher.
Ah.
There will be shortage of teacher. Teacher, then quality teacher. First you get
you
number
get
of
first
teachers,
teachers,
then you
then
get quality
Quality
teachers.
teachers.
In UK, what happens?
So no one is encouraged. Who is doing their job properly, they are not encouraged. Like I am a you are in field of education, so engineering or medical is respected. If you are in field of sports, only cricket
Cricket.
is respected.
Ha.
So these things are happening in India. Like
in
all
other
are not
countries,
getting equal respect.
In other countries, teachers, doctors, they are given a top priority. Scientists,
Yeah, professors,
so who
scientists.
are really doing something good for the society.
Society.
Basically, teachers.
Teachers.
The role
Teachers,
played by
the
teachers is
scientists,
very
lawyers.
at a higher rate here. Okay. So they are respected a lot. They are given with a good salary and all these things. Whereas in our case, so after I will just take one example. I don't want to name, but it has happened. Okay. So after completion of post graduation in mathematics, teaching because of not getting job anywhere, teaching primary school students, third and fourth standard students. After completion of post graduation mathematics, second and third standard students, she was teaching, and the amount of salary she has got was just 5,000 rupees. If you want to do it, or just a number of people are coming.
The number of people say.
In this, if this is the situation, then nobody will come into this profession.
They will not come.
And
like
how
that
do
is
you
the
judge?
last priority. If anyone is
I
not
want to
getting
ask-
any
I
job,
want to ask this
By
question.
compulsion.
How do you
Even-
judge the
Even
quality
if you
of a teacher?
even if you give first priority for this job,
Huh.
you will not be paid properly.
No, my question is like, how do you judge the quality of a teacher? How do you judge it?
sir, like how much?
No,
we
I want to
interact
ask this
with
question
students.
to mainly for you guys.
Yes,
Yes,
students,
yes.
yeah,
Only for
like-
you.
So we cannot judge ourselves.
How much
Like-
is that teacher interacting with students? Like communication, eye contact. There are many factors. Like if he's like, even if he is bored or if he has some personal issues, he brings those into classroom and he's fed up of students. He starts, handling someone.
It
Like,
happens.
Does it really happen? As per my knowledge goes, it won't happen.
No, it's
Sir,
like-
it happens, but not in engineering. It happens in primary and high school.
Ha.
Yes,
Happens.
exactly. But in this,
Not in
professional
professional
course,
colleges,
it
not
won't
really.
happen that much.
No,
The
here
reason
it
is because maybe like I'm not yet married, so I don't have that issue. Maybe after marriage.
Here
I
it
don't know
doesn't
how to
happen
behave.
because children are already so mature that if you hurt something like by words or if you bang someone, they can complain
Bang.
to
And he is
management.
a far aspect. Today, even
You
putting
should
years to
scold
the
also.
crime.
Yes, yes.
You
It
can't
becomes a big
manhandle any
issue.
student.
Student
You can't
union
slap
comes to
him,
your
you
door,
can't
Yes.
give
management
him
comes to
punishment.
your door.
So
It happens big issue.
we are afraid more than the students now, actually.
There are so much limitations for
Yes.
teachers of how to handle students.
Lot of limitations.
And the way I would like to judge my teacher is that not on how much subject he has studied. A very simple thing is that how he can convey what he has read to me. How in simple way how he can convey it to me. Either he be in his own position, or if he wants, he can come to my position where I am standing. He's at this position, I'm at this position. He should get down to my position and he should make me understand what he's teaching. That's it.
Sir, teacher is not someone like he has studied in IIT, so that doesn't mean that he'll teach me of the IIT level. His understanding level and my understanding level differs. If I am here, the teacher is here, so he should come down to my level and teach me. So I judge on that criteria. How
Best he could convey.
best he can come down and teach me. Not on his level that, see, if we come across the subject PCD, what I have learned in first sem, so the teacher has come so down level to teach us that he said us the meaning of the small words like printf and scanf. Print is a very common word that we know, but he said us, he mentioned. He came to such a level and taught. But in other institutions, what I have seen, they directly come to the programs. They know what are programs. We don't even know the basics. So this should not happen.
And what
I
happens-
judge a teacher on how best he can come to my level and teach me.
How efficiently he
Oh,
can
yeah.
expresses.
And what happens is, if he comes down to my level and makes me understand that, then I will not lose any interest in that. I will be going that. Then I will start to concentrate more and more. Then I'll think that at least let me grab something. Every time there is no need for me to go and talk to him and ask him this. I will try to do something on my own.